What the? Oh, damn it, not again! You know, there are some times where I stumble upon things and I really have to question if they're real or not. And then, once I find out they are real, I have to question again why they're real and why they exist. And then I kind of have to question my sanity all at once. Anyways, hey everyone, it's me, Mr. Mario, and I was reading an article about this, and you guys should know by now that I'm really not a news reporter in any way. I'm not the type of person who will go out and just make videos over articles that I find and whatnot. But I saw this, and I saw the headline, and I'm just like, no. This has to be a joke. This is too good to be true. It's too bad to be true, I guess. Too good to be true in news terms, if you're really looking for, you know, a story to shine and whatnot. But anyways, I looked at it, and I read the article. And then I read it again. And then I linked it to a few friends, and I had to make sure that I was reading this properly. And from there, I also double-checked to make sure that I wasn't reading this from The Onion or another satirical news source. But anyways, in case you don't know what I'm talking about, I am going to go ahead and post the article, the link to the article down below in the description. But this is the headline. Keurig will use DRM in new coffee maker to lock out refill market. So that means this company Keurig, the people who make, you know, the K-Cups, the Keurig machines, all that stuff, those are pretty much, you know, like the single cup coffee maker machines and whatnot, in case you're not a coffee drinker or you don't know about them. They are pretty much putting DRM on their coffee. Yes, like DRM, digital rights management, like I'm talking about, you know, the stuff we had originally on the Xbox One that we had fussed about. I'm talking about, you know, the Games for Windows Live stuff. What Battle.net puts on their games. You know, all that DRM, even the stuff that iTunes has been using? Yeah, we're gonna start getting that on our coffee now. Let's go ahead and look into this a little bit. So first off, this source is from TechDirt, and it was filed under misuses of technology. I couldn't agree more with this. But essentially, I'm going to save you all most of the stuff here, so it's a very short article, but you're more than welcome to read it. And in case you don't know, Keurig, or the main company that's coming from Green Mountain, they are the people, as I said, they make the Keurig machines, and they make K-Cups. Now, what these are is these are big coffee French roast pressers. Essentially, the Keurig machine, it's a big coffee machine, and these are pretty much single-use coffee cups. What you're able to do, the technology is actually pretty awesome with it if you are a coffee drinker. If you don't care for coffee, you're probably not going to care about this. But what you do is you get these little things called K-Cups, and they are just these little tiny plastic cups. You open one up, you load it in depending on what flavor you want or anything like that, and then you can fill up the top with water, you put in your cup, you turn it on, and in about a minute, I want to say, it makes you a perfect cup of coffee. Well, they say it's all perfect and whatnot. I'm saying that due to the fact that I've heard more bad things than good about these K-Cups. Now, I haven't tried any coffee off these, and I like to think that I have a good handle on coffee and whatnot. But people tell me that these K-Cups and these Keurig machines are really convenient. But a lot of people complain about the coffee. Now, I make my coffee the same way you saw in the beginning of this video, and some people might be asking why I have such a weird coffee maker. It's also supposed to make iced coffee and iced tea, where you can just put the ice in, which is why it's so huge. Most of the time, I've just been drinking it hot since it's been winter. Anyways, I'm talking a lot about coffee over video game footage, but this whole thing is about coffee. But getting back to this, there was a PDF file talking about Keurig's new plans and whatnot, which is also linked in the article, which you're able to read, but there's an excerpt in there that says, and I quote, "Green Mountain has announced a new anti-competitive plan to maintain its monopoly by redesigning its brewers to lock out competitors' products. Such lockout technology cannot be justified based on any purported consumer benefit, and Green Mountain itself has admitted that the lockout technology is not essential for the brewer's function. Like its exclusionary agreements, this lockout technology is intended to serve anti-competitive and unlawful ends." Now, let me talk about that last part for a bit. Pretty much the thing with these K-Cups is, first off, the Keurig machines, I don't know how much they are, but apparently I've been told they're expensive. I've never really been in the market for one, so that's why I don't know the price off the top of my head. And the K-Cups, people say, for the quality of coffee that you're brewing, they're pretty expensive for what they are, because, I mean, people have said, you know, it's alright coffee here and there, but a lot of people, as I said, complain about it at the same time and say that the price does not justify the quality that you are getting with these K-Cups. Due to that, there is an entire bootleg sector and a refill market, so to speak, on these K-Cups. By that, I mean you're able to get cups of, you know, little brewable coffee that is the same, or just about the same, maybe a little less in quality, I guess, for, you know, a fraction of the price of a K-Cup. So pretty much, you know, these are like your third-party versions of K-Cups, kind of like, you know, going to Walmart and getting Equate brand medicine over a leading brand type of medicine. That's pretty much what these guys are doing. In addition to that, they also have refillable cups where you can just put a cup in that's pretty much empty and then put in your own grounds or whatever you want to that you're going to be brewing up and whatnot. This has pretty much opened up the market to people who are wanting to do things like this, because there is a market. There are people who are wanting, you know, cheaper solutions for their Keurig machine, and then there are people who are supplying these cheaper solutions. So obviously it works out quite well for both parties on here, but the people who are suffering are the people who make the machine and the people who make the original K-Cup. So essentially what they are doing is they're going to be releasing a new line of the Keurig machine, and they're also going to be releasing new Keurig cups with this machine. And these cups on this machine will work properly, but the machine itself is going to have some type of DRM style protection on there. It's not exactly digital rights management, because we're not dealing with coffee. Well, we are dealing with coffee here, not anything completely digital, but my prediction is there's going to be a little IR chip in each of these K-Cups, and if it registers and detects within the machine, it will brew your coffee. If it doesn't, or if it's a different code or whatnot that is not compatible, well, then you're not going to be brewing up any coffee. For the people who don't understand the technical mumbo-jumbo behind all that, I'll go ahead and put it in layman's terms. If you get a new K-Cup machine and you want to try making coffee, it's pretty much going to be the equivalent of logging into Diablo 3. Okay, now seriously, all jokes aside, I am not liking the idea of it. First off, it is a bit scary. Yes, it's over coffee, and that sounds a bit funny, but at the same time, despite it still being a luxury good and something that we really don't need to live on, other companies are going to be able to do this too. It's going to become a big market. It's been going on, you know, in the gaming sector, in the entertainment field and whatnot. And right now, it's on coffee, which is kind of, you know, included with food. I'm saying kind of because you don't need coffee to live, although some people who are addicted to it are going to say otherwise on here. But what I'm saying is, this is a gateway. If this is successful for Keurig, this is going to open up the idea. And it's going to be profitable for other companies. Other food companies, I don't even know what sectors you could use this in, but people, like every company is going to try and apply this to their own products in case they haven't already. Now, in case you don't know, in case you haven't followed my channel for a bit, or in case you haven't really detected it in my tone of voice, I'm very against DRM, mostly due to the fact that I find it unfair, I find it stupid most of the time it is implemented. A few examples of this, for example, on iTunes, you buy songs, they have DRM on them. Now, you think, let's say my computer gets a virus and I never backed up any of my songs which I purchased. I assume I can just, you know, set up a new install, register my computer, go into the iTunes marketplace, and download all my songs that I bought, right? No. With songs, you cannot re-download them. You have them once, and that's it. You cannot re-download them. They might have changed that, but that's how it was before. I also lived through Diablo 3 with the always online stuff. I also lived through SimCity 2013 with the always online stuff. I don't like DRM. I really don't. And this being on coffee, despite how funny it sounds, legitimately scares me a bit. Anyways, I can definitely say that Keurig is not going to be getting my business, and I really recommend that no one else get these machines at all, because if the market's not there, they're going to leave. But if this is successful, let's see what happens. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you for watching, everyone, and try and stay away from bootleg coffee, I guess.